Hi, John here. In this video I will go through targeting for e-commerce store. Basically I will show you how I do targeting for Facebook ads with my like 7-figure e-commerce store and how you can also do it for you. Basically what I will show you will definitely work for like any product that you will launch, It doesn't matter what kind of like industry. If you are like selling and you are e-commerce, this will definitely work for you. Targeting is like most crucial thing that you can do with your ads. I mean, probably like only thing that matter is on only like quality or ad. If your creative is good or if it's like interesting. If you know like what you're doing with your creative, and then what kind of people you are sending your creative. Which is targeting. So you can target basically. You can use this kind of like targeting combined with your lookalikes, that's probably like a lot better than just normal targeting. But for example, I have a store, and like they're one product, and lookalike audiences just doesn't work for me well. So basically like 90% of the promotion are just broad assets. So what by broad assets I mean assets with literally just interest targeting. These assets sometimes are like big as like 90, like 100 million people in them, and it still work. So I will just kind of like show you how I do it, so you can do it also for yourself. I mean, it's definitely better if you already have like ad account with Pixel. There's a like season that already like got a lot of data, but if not, I mean, everybody started, so even without any data you will be able to definitely start, and this will definitely help you for it. So here we have tons of my assets, and like just by looking at my like whole that ad account page, you see that I'm running like tons of those broads, because this is that specific product that is just, well, it just today spent $6,000, and all of these assets are like broads. So just by that you can understand that you can really like run your campaigns and spend like money, just with like broad assets with like normal interest without any look-like audiences in it. So, and I will show you actually how it looks like, because for example this asset is interesting because look, I'm targeting USA. I have no like specific targeting for age. It's like 18 till like 65. So basically it's like everybody, without just from 18, and all genders, so I don't even make any like difference here. And basically here I target just frequent travelers, and it's like 100 million people, and it works great. So you can see that it's not even like much about even the targeting, because if you have like for example Pixel that is like working great, and you have campaign with like a lot of data, you can even throw on Facebook like 100 million people, and it will just make it work. And I'm not using like big assets, because you would expect that when you are using like huge assets with like budgets like $100 and more, it will just like work. Because they have like, because with this kind of budget you have like a lot more to spend every day, but it's $50 budget asset. So you can see that it's not so difficult, to even run this. So for example, this is just that, but I will show you like more examples. But one thing is that every time, for example, when I'm starting with the product, and it's like a new product, I usually always like play with age. And I don't know why more people doesn't do it, but I always start with like 65 plus, because, well, even when, no, well, if you are selling like some stupid like gadgets, like phone covers or something like that, I understand you probably want to like target other people. But if you are selling like normal products, with like some value that solve some problem, and are not like complete like joke, you will I mean like products that can like help in like household or something like that, I don't know. Usually even with like electronic gadgets, I still start with like 65 plus, because these people consume better like media, right? Usually people in like our age or like younger people, they just like take their phones, right? And when they are like going through their like feed, they are just like going very fast, But when you will take like those like older people, for example, like 65 plus, they are like going like very slow through their newsfeed, and they consume media like a lot more slowly, but they consume them like a lot, you know, like they really like focus on everything what they see, you know. So if you have like good ad, you will actually like take their attention like a lot better than those other people, younger people. So definitely, if you are going to start with something and you don't have like, for example, any data, you know, in your pixel, or you really need to go with broads because you don't have any like database that you can use for lookalikes, or like literally any data for lookalikes, just go with broad audiences, you know, with like some even bigger interests, and focus only on people 65 plus, because these are like best buyers basically, because they really like consume media like very slowly and like properly, you know. See, with like targeting, you have like three different like versions of targeting, right? You can target the demographics, you can target behaviors, and different and normal interests, right? So normal interests like automobiles or like trucks, you know. Demographics like married, you know, parents, and behaviors like for example like this frequent travelers, you know, commuters, that also work great. It depends like also like what kind of product you sell, you know. Always imagine that person, right, that your perfect customer, or like somebody who is like almost like your perfect customer, and try to like build some story. And based on that story, if for example if your pixel doesn't have any data, you can create targeting. So let's say we are selling like some classic gadget, okay, like something what everybody sells, like some phone holder for car. So you want to first target first like automobiles, right? That kind of like makes it like a little bit like more legit that person is into automobiles or has like some automobile. That's right now like 87 million people, but you can narrow it, you know, and then focus it, for example, on people with trucks. There's like one interest that works for this kind of like people great, you know, and that's car rentals, because that means that these people might rent a car because of their like needing business and they travel a lot, or you know they just don't have a car. But that's still, you know, if you are selling like some holder for phone for cars, there's like a big chance that even if they will rent car, they will probably use the holder so they can like use their own GPS, you know, or something like that. So I already like narrow that audience a little bit, and you can see that I already have like 500,000 people in it, which is like already like kind of like a nice number, you know. Maybe it's like still a bit high, so you can even continue, you know. So then you can play with that age. So let's say that we'll go after like I think I think like 55 plus is like also great. It's probably like best. So and then you have already like 1,700,000, you know, and I think that's already like a great amount of people. And definitely I would focus on this kind of like number if you don't have any data. Like let's kind of like explain how Facebook works. Every time when you will like launch some campaign, and for example let's say you have 1 million people, so Facebook will from that amount of people try to focus, it will pick like 50,000 people or 100,000 people in that specific group, and then they will like focus only on that small group of people and send ads only on them and nobody outside. So that's why I'm sometimes like using those bigger bigger audiences, because I can really like work with them like a lot longer. So if even if I have like 100 million people, I just know that anyway at the beginning of day Facebook will pick that like 200,000 people and focus that ad set on them. So there's like not even like overlap, you know, because yeah, it kind of like works. Okay, let's get back to this. So always try to create like some kind of story, you know. If you can't make it work with those like huge ad sets, because believe me, if you will take like one of this interest, even when it's like 10 millions big, you know, you can still like make this work, you know, because sometimes you don't even need like pixel with data. If you have like good ad, I mean everything will work, you know. It doesn't matter. You can like read million hacks, you know, on internet, you know, about like Facebook and that and this, but still if you have like great promotion, I mean like your creative is great, your product is great, people will just like it, and Facebook will always like push it in front of them. So if you're just starting and this is like your first promotion, you don't if you have like a really like great offer with great ads, you will definitely like make it through even with like bigger those audiences. Let's move to other targeting. So genders, I usually like leave genders like they are, all genders. You can always like do breakdown and check, for example, if females are buying more or males are buying more. But still, even when I see that, for example, males have like better ROAS or something, it doesn't matter that if I will switch to males, I will be able to keep that promotion at like a higher level and with higher budget on just males. So I always like want to make it like as simple as possible for Facebook. So if I see that if I will do like all genders and that age 18 and plus and it works, I just know that I can like little like switch and duplicate like the hell out of that ad set, and I can just like keep duplicating it like for weeks and it will still work, So if you can make it work with like as like smallest, like things in that ad set as possible to make it like simple as possible, just like by selecting like some one interest or something, and that's it, you will probably like be able to get from that promotion a lot more, in like long term, Every time when you will try to create like some smaller ad sets, like with some like very like laser targeting, you will just like burn through these people like very fast, But if you will go with like big audiences, you might be able to just like run on them with those like ad sets like for weeks, and you will not even see difference. Sometimes even months, if you don't have like some huge budget and you just don't burn things around you. So let's kind of like recap it. If you can, try to like launch your promotion and focus first on people who are like 65 and plus, because these people are like best for your like promotion. They really like consume media like a lot slower than other people. And well, again, if you have like that plus like great offer, great creative, I mean, like there's like no way why this should not work, So try to do that, and then maybe like try to play like with the targeting and create like some stories, like that story for that perfect customer that you kind of like wish, And yeah, or even what you can do is like create like creative and focus it on that one specific group of people, But these things usually like don't work like long term, If you are like able to like make it work with like something like a lot more broader, I think this is like the best way, because then you can really like forget about a lot of things and just like make money and don't like focus on like promotion that much. If you will be doing like this kind of like changes in creatives because of small like people groups in Facebook, you will be like working a lot, and you will be changing all the time something, because you will be just running a couple of days and then it will die, you'll be running a couple of days and it will die. But if you will make it work like with a bigger audience, you will be able to just like really like duplicate assets, till it's like till like for weeks, and you will not even see any decrease in your ROAS. Just try to do it like this way, and just by like in couple days basically you will be able with this like create some lookalike audiences. Then you will be able to also like combine interests with those lookalike audiences, and in like couple days of running this, you will be able to just like create some lookalike audiences, for example from views. That's probably like first audience that you will be able to do that actually is like valuable, and based on that you will be able to just like scale your campaigns like a little higher, and you will be able also to decrease those age ranges. So if you will have like lookalikes, you can immediately like switch it on to like 18 plus and don't even care about age and gender anymore. So yeah, that's kind of that should be like your plan, to make it as broad as possible, so it will be just working for like in the long term. Definitely don't forget to join Adforation. It just started, it's just me and couple high level marketers. So if you will join that group, you will be part of like very like small, like group of high spending people, and you will also have connection direct to me. So do that, and well, if you got flagged or you are planning to get flagged, definitely download my ebook, you know, it will get you out of the darkness. And definitely watch those previous videos about automated rules, scaling, you know, because it all work with this, you know. So I will see you in next video. Bye.